with James Cole from Sky Sports News.
Hi, Dom.
Hi.
How are you feeling? How excited are you after a couple of weeks in the bubble to be getting out there and playing some actual Test cricket?
Yeah, look, I think the boys are all raring to go, and we've had the 3-day warm-up game, which was good practice, and now I think everyone's just ready to get going in the middle in the first Test for sure.
It's going to be a strange environment for you, obviously playing in front of closed doors, no crowds. But how important is it to remember that the thousands of English cricket fans watching and what they've been through over the last few weeks?
Yeah, definitely. I think obviously it's going to be a bit different not having people there, but at the same time we know there's going to be people tuning in, and like with the football, like we have been doing, we've been watching it all, and I'm sure that there'll be lots of fans watching the cricket. So we're just trying to sort of focus on putting in a good performance and hopefully winning the first Test.
And is it in your minds too that you can lift the nation with a bit of sport and some entertaining cricket too? Yeah,
definitely. I think someone said the other day it's the first international sports event that's going ahead. I don't know if that's true or not, but it'd be great to have some international sport on. And like the Premier League football, it's exciting for everyone to get stuff back on the TV that they love. And hopefully we can provide some entertainment and some winning games.
And there's going to be some crowd noise played in within the stadium as well. How important is that to just give you guys a bit of atmosphere and a bit of motivation?
I think we've got noise sort of in between, like maybe with wickets and change of bowlers and stuff. I'm not 100% sure on if it's going to be across the whole day's play, but it should be good. Obviously we'll have to find energy within the team and create energy within the team to sort of help get through that, as obviously the Barmy Army has helped in the games that I played for England anyway. I think back to Cape Town and the amount of energy that they gave us, but we're very motivated after a long break to put in a really good performance.
And finally, from me, is this a really good opportunity for you personally to nail down your place as an England Test opener too? Yeah,
definitely. Try and build on what I did in South Africa and hopefully put some big scores together and contribute to a few wins would be great. Yeah, I think a few of us did quite well in South Africa, and I know it's been a long time. It feels like a lifetime ago for me personally, but it's a case of just trying to build on that and try and score a few big scores in this series.
Okay, thanks, James. We'll go with Rory, please.
Hi, Dom. Just seeing you the other day at the Aegeus Bowl and looking at you now, is it fair to say the fridge is empty?
Yeah, I've been working quite hard during lockdown, and it's probably was needed, to be fair. And over the winter, it's probably carrying a little bit too much weight, and I've worked hard, and glad I'm feeling a bit fitter.
What exactly? I mean, do you know what your numbers are? What that work has produced for you in terms of just bare numbers?
Because of the social distancing, we haven't been able to have like skin folds and stuff, but on the scales, I've lost like 12 kilograms, I think.
And how does that feel in terms of being at the crease and that? Do you feel stronger, fitter, better when you're batting?
I don't feel much different, to be honest. I mean, people have said I look different, which is obviously nice, but in terms of batting, it's just doing the same thing as I've always tried to do, really, and that's try and bat for long periods of time, and hopefully being a bit fitter will help me do that. And I think in Sri Lanka, I felt a little bit for the first time actually in my career, I felt a little bit self-conscious about my physique and my weight, and seeing how the guys, especially the senior guys in the team, how fit they are and how impressive they are in their training. And I remember being on the plane thinking I need to, that's something, especially during lockdown when we couldn't improve anywhere like sort of cricket related. It was an opportunity for me to improve that side of my game, and glad to have been able to have stuck to it.
And obviously you guys would have all got training plans from the ECB. It sounds like you probably went over and above whatever your plan was.
I needed to be fair. So look, it's been great to have all the support from the backroom staff, and I can't, the support's been great, and the information that I've been given and stuff like that's been really helpful. So it's been good to use all that.
Good man, thanks Tom.
Cheers.
Okay, Will Mack, welcome back, and then John Norman, please.
Dom, you had quite a productive opening partnership with Zach Crawley in South Africa. Rory Burns is obviously now back, and looks like Zach's going to slot in somewhere number 3 or 4. Do you feel like there's sort of genuine competition for places growing in your position, which it hasn't always been the case for England up top in the last few years? Do you feel like that's developing now?
Yeah, I think it's a good thing to have. I was actually talking to someone about it the other day, and in the Lions, when we went back down after South Africa, me and Zach, we were talking about how we thought, whether we sold each other or not, we self-consciously, we sort of, we're training to try and push each other further, and I think that was a good thing. And then obviously when you add in other people, and then we went to the Lions and we had Keats there, we wanted to try and perform, and I think it's a good thing to have that competition because it keeps pushing you to try and be the best you can be personally. And I think it's exciting to have. Obviously Rory coming back in, he did brilliantly in the summer, and obviously did well at the start in South Africa. So hopefully he can come in and do well.
Hey Dom, just a quick question really about where you were in Cape Town. A lot of players, when they make the step up to international cricket, are surprised by the mental exhaustion, I suppose, that they expend playing for England. Is it a frustration that after registering your maiden Test century that you weren't given the opportunity in Sri Lanka to continue playing? Or do you actually think that having a little break away from international cricket has actually been beneficial in the way that it's allowed you to recharge your batteries mentally as well as physically?
Yeah, I think at the time, obviously, you're raring to go and you want to play, and obviously it's new for me playing for England, so you're just buzzing to be there and want to play every time. But I think you've got to try and take it as a positive, and to have a break after such a long winter was nice, and reflect on everything that happened, and sit back and sort of try and work out what I need to improve on to keep doing well at this level, and try and further my game. And I think that's been a nice thing to have. And now it's just a case of like I was in Sri Lanka, raring to go again and excited to get back out into the middle.
And that Cape Town Test match, of course, when you registered your maiden Test century, was the Test match where Ben Stokes showed us all what a triple threat he is, doing it with bat, with ball in the field. Now he's going to captain. I mean, you've been in the side alongside him as a teammate. What do you think he's going to bring to the captaincy for this one Test match?
I think he's just going to do what he does, and that's lead from the front. Probably try and lead by example. His quality and his energy on the pitch is like nothing that I've played. Like it's a unique. He's got a unique sort of skill and a unique presence, and I think that he'll just use that and try and lead for example. And he's someone that the young guys look up to, and will continue to do that regardless of whether he's captain or not. So I'm sure that he'll do his thing, and we'll follow him for sure.
Brilliant. Good luck.
Cheers.
John Etheridge, please, and then Ali Martin.
Hi Dom. Just on the fitness thing. I mean, incredible weight loss. I mean, that's hugely impressive. Was that as a kind of mixture of training and diet, or was it just mainly diet or mainly training, or what? A
bit of both. I think over the years maybe got certain aspects of it wrong, and just really committed to try and do both as well as possible. And I didn't do anything massively drastic. It was just being consistent and putting in some pretty hard graft.
Have you got a sweet tooth, or do you like a curry or something, or is that?
Oh mate, yeah. I think we all like a little treat after a few runs, but it's just a case of being a bit more disciplined, and it's been tough, but I'm just good to feel the benefits now.
Great, and that by the sound of it, came very much from you. I mean, it's not as though somebody tapped you on the shoulder and said, "Look, mate, you better lose a bit of weight here." It was something that you wanted to do, really.
Yeah, look, I've always been someone that hasn't been maybe necessarily the fittest in the squad, and I've always whether it's been at Surrey or Warwickshire, I've always sort of been at the coasting a little bit in that aspect. I've always trained, I've always prided myself on training extremely hard, my batting, but maybe that side has probably not been something that I've done to the best of my ability. And I just thought, I remember being in Sri Lanka, especially with that heat and training in that heat. I remember thinking, I think I saw maybe a few of the lads, running after a big session, and I thought, I need to, it was a bit of an eye opener for me. It's the first time I've really sort of felt. I've had taps on the shoulders before and haven't done anything about it when I was younger, and I think it was probably a bit overdue, me having that sort of little bit of a wake up call, and that was a good lesson for me that I needed to regardless of whether it leads to runs or not, it was something that I need to do, and something during lockdown I needed to probably put in the bank because couldn't do any cricket, so that was a case of me trying to get that sort of tough graft in the bank and hopefully stand me in good stead.
Thanks. Cheers.
Okay, we'll take one more from Ollie, please.
Hi, Dom. Actually, it's two more. But firstly, I was just wondering if you could tell me, do you think that the sort of lack of atmosphere in the ground actually might sort of play into the hands of someone like yourself who looks to sort of play the long game, play long innings and try and sort of get on top of bowlers that way? And I was also wondering how much sort of homework you've done on this West Indies attack, what you're kind of expecting to face and whether you faced any of these guys before.
I'll answer the second question because it's just you just said it. But I think I've chatted amongst the batters and we've had a few batters meetings about their bowlers, as you do normally with every opposition you come up against. And obviously, a lot of the guys have played against these bowlers before, and it's great to just sort of be able to sort of pick their brains and try and get as much information from them on their experiences against those bowlers, and try and sort of implement that into practice. They've got guys who have played a lot of Test cricket and have been successful in Test cricket, and they've also got guys who are less experienced. So it's going to be a good challenge either way. It's just a case, like I said, of trying to take as much information off the guys that have played against them in the West Indies or over here before, and trying to use that to my advantage. What was the question? Sorry?
Well, the first one was just about playing against backups. Whether that helps a batsman like yourself that looks to bat long, as it were.
Oh, look, I think if I could have had a choice, I mean, it's always a dream for a youngster to play maybe a Test match at Lord's or your home ground in front of a packed house. But obviously, circumstances haven't led for that to happen. So, for me, I'd have always choose to have a crowd in, but, maybe it might play to my advantage. But, I think it's just, it's not going to change how I play, who's watching and who's at the ground. So I'm just going to do my thing and try and score as many runs as possible.
Cheers.
Okay, Dom, you